Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fire edition of Oh My Bull. Once again, it's yours truly, John Jay, and with me, as always, is my wonderful co-host, D Snow from The Go. D Snow, talk to the people.
What's going on, everybody? It's nice to be back in the house. Hey, it's all about the Bulls, man. We've been playing some decent basketball. Hey, what's the song with Jay-Z and Kanye?
Which
in
one?
Paris?
You got a whole album.
Ninjas in Paris? Yeah, we in Paris, baby. We ninjas in Paris right now. So, hey, man, it's an exciting moment, man. NBA is expanding. Our team got a chance to go overseas, and man, we played some great ball, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was a great showing out there in Europe, in Paris. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this Paris and other Bulls talk, please leave us a like, share, subscribe, comment, and hit that bell to turn on your notifications so you'll know every time we upload some fresh new content. Don't cost you one penny to show us a little bit of love, and that's gonna help the algorithm put us in front of many more people across the world. So we thank you and we appreciate that. But yeah, man, Bulls had a trip to Paris this week. It was a short week game wise because of all of the travel, but the Bulls saw the Pistons out there in Paris. What did you think about that game, Snow? And just the overall performance, the overall ambiance of Paris?
I mean, it was an exciting moment. Of course, if you didn't know or didn't pay attention, you missed the game because it came on at like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. But so that was the only weird thing, was being prepared for when it actually aired on TV and stuff like that. But I mean, it was exciting. The stadium looked awesome. It felt like an NBA arena. I didn't feel any difference. You couldn't tell that they were in Paris or somewhere. It just felt like they were at just a off-site NBA arena, and it was just exciting to see the fans, their excitement. Some guy telling Zach LaVine that he was his favorite player, his idol. And
yeah, the little kid. Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, if you watched really closely, Benny the Bull was there. He was all doing his antics all in the stands and stuff. So they took the entire NBA environment and culture over there, and it was pretty fun to see. The biggest thing I got of it was seeing my man Lonzo in the team picture. That was a big pick me up for me. Seeing Lonzo with the guys, even though he hasn't played, that's a team captain type move to still be with the guys, go over there and do all of that. He could have sat here and just kept rehabbing, but to actually show support and go, I think that was pretty big for the culture, for the team, and for the fans.
Yeah, no doubt. It was special to see. Also, all of the people in attendance. You had some stars in attendance. You had Pharrell. You had the tribute for Magic and
Wemby
Wallace, and Wemby was there, and
Big
Rip Hamilton. They said that those guys had pickup games out there on the courts in the city. Rip Hamilton, I think, hosted it, and they
said that's pretty awesome.
A great moment. So yeah, it was a packed house. The NBA put together a great presentation. And yeah, like you said, the game was early. I actually, at my regular 9 to 5, I had to have my little headphones in. I had the game. I had NBA.com up on my computer and logged in and watching on there. So, don't tell my boss. But it was a great spectacle. Zach LaVine showed out. He had that jumper falling.
Yes, sir.
30 points.
Oh, yeah. Talk about the game, man.
Debo came back from his little short injury stint.
Yes.
Came back with a vengeance, shot 50%, 26 and 9, 5 assists.
Yep.
Booch with a big game, 16, 5 and 6.
16, 15 and 6. Get it right now.
16, 15.
That man had a double-double. Hey, and let me do it for you. Shout out to Kobe Swiss Cheese White. That boy is on fire right now. Yeah. Swiss cheese. You heard me? Swiss. Because that boy, when he putting that thing up, it's going all net. Like, I got to give Kobe his love. I mean, the last game, he was 6 or 7, 2 for 2 from 3. Bro, that's amazing numbers coming off our bench. I mean, game before that, same thing, 6 or 7. Like, the kid is, right now, he's on fire. So
Yeah,
I know we talked about moving him before, and I know we're gonna get into that later, but he has to stay. We need that shooting from him, especially if he's gonna shoot 90%. Like, come on, Kobe, show us how you really feel, bro.
And one of the things that I enjoyed the most, especially with it being, in Paris, because you want to put on a show for these guys. And the Bulls put on an absolute dunk fest.
Oh, yes, sir.
Airplane mode was in full effect. Derrick Jones, Zach had a couple.
Ooh, yeah. Derrick Jones called a nasty ooh.
Derrick Jones had a one-man dunk contest. He was catching bodies all over.
Yeah, he the new pogo stick, man. That dude he got them instant ups. I mean, and it was kind of cool because like DeMar came out firing on all cylinders. He came out setting the tone, and then Zach took over from there. It was nice to see. It was like Zach took the baton. It was like a race. DeMar started it off, then he gave it to Zach. Like they're really starting to gel and play well together. And it's just nice seeing Vooch starting to put together some consistent great games too. He's really, really playing well for us. He's playing like he don't want to leave, and that's what I want to see.
Yeah, Vooch has been real underrated this season. Vooch has been putting together something. On the other side with Detroit, I had wondered because there was a report that it came out earlier in the week that Jalen Duren had lost his passport. So I was wondering
that baby lost his passport. Oh.
I was wondering if he was gonna make it, but
maybe his mama got it in her other purse at the house.
He ended up showing up and had an impressive double-double.
Yeah.
He had 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 blocks in only 18 minutes. That kid is going to be real special.
In the world of the NBA where we get too much information, like, why'd they put that out there? Like, come on, as long as he made it is all that matters. But they got to put everything that happens out there. Like,
it was news.
If he didn't make it, it's a story.
Well, but it came out before the actual game, so you have to have filler leading up.
No, I know, right? They all about some type of drama. This isn't Dallas, Knox Landing.
It had me wondering, was he going to show up? So
that's what it was all about. That's what it was all about. Yeah,
it worked. Yeah. But it was a great show, and I was glad to see it. And I hope this is something that the NBA starts to do every year. Keep growing this game internationally.
They did it in Mexico last year, so I think that's something that they're pushing. Yeah.
Yeah, you see these soccer contracts being handed out, $300-400 million a year. NBA trying to get in on that. So
that's crazy. Hey, shout out to what's my man name that just got their contract in soccer? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think
Messi.
Messi, yeah, man. $500 million. Like that's whew.
Yeah, it's insane, man. It's insane. So yeah, Bulls, get out there in Europe, get some of this international money going. And did you see the pic they put up from this team and the other team, what was it, about 20, 30 years ago? 30 years ago when they last took the trip to Paris. No. There was a picture of both Bulls teams side by side at the Eiffel Tower. So that was really cool.
Okay, I missed that one. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'll try to remember to put a link in the description of a picture, maybe pop it up right here on the screen.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, it was a nice little look. So yeah, NBA did that thing, and shout out to Pharrell. He gave up his seat to Adam Silver. That was cool. So yeah,
what kind of back end he get for that? What you getting on the back end, bro?
Let me produce an all-star theme song.
I need Adam Silver to hold me a favor. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good look. Way to go, NBA, and way to go.
Smart thinking, Pharrell. You're a smart guy, bro.
So on to the next one. Do you think the chemistry got improved from this Paris trip? Do you think it helped our chemistry?
I think tremendously it did. It's nothing like taking a trip like that to another country and hanging out as a team, doing all the photo ops and all of the meet and greets. You're doing more than you would do at home. And the team's actually together, so it's a chance for them to really bond. And we saw that in their play. They really played well as a team. Everybody, the bench, the starters, quietly. Ayo was having a solid second season. A lot of guys fall off in that sophomore season, and quietly he's been a very solid player for us, and he's constantly been doing that. And it's been nice to see guys like
really good defense.
Oh, really good defense. And to see Caruso finally starting to come alive. I mean, it seems like Pat is starting to hover right around that 10 and 6 a game. I mean, we all expect more from him, but hey, at least he's giving us 10 and 6. It's better than what he was doing. So I think it was a chance for them to not only grow as a team, but just to hang out and just be friends, And Like I said, Lonzo coming along, I think that was great. And I really think what catapulted this was the game before. And that's that breaking that curse with Golden State. Breaking that curse with Golden State, finally beating them for the first time, beating them with a full roster, including Chef Curry being there. And for Vooch to put up 43 and 15 and give us probably his best game as a Bull. And then to go on that trip, that they smiled all the way to Paris.
Without Debo.
You know, Zach and Vooch carried us that game. And I guarantee they smiled and laughed and joked. That was a happy trip to Paris instead of it being another sad one, you know, losing to Golden State again. And I just love to see us coming together as a team. We all know we play great against the good teams, but now we're starting to even beat the bad teams. And I think we're really going to turn this thing around soon. But yeah, I think chemistry is really starting to get better. I think the guys are really starting to pull together. And, I mean, it's showing on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. I think chemistry is definitely I think chemistry should show some improvement. Coming off of that big Golden State win and then taking that energy on the trip to Paris and a long trip like that. I believe they had their families with them. So that was definitely ultimate team bonding, I believe. And I just got to mention, I know it's got nothing to do with chemistry, but those off-white jackets.
Oh, yeah. Them
off-white jackets.
I need that off-white Bulls collaboration.
That'll make
RIP, shout out to Virgil. Man.
As a team, everybody getting jackets like that, that'll make you move as one. They look like a gang out there.
That jacket is clean. Yeah, Shay. One more time, RIP, shout out to Virgil, man. That's a nice collabo.
Absolutely. But I absolutely think chemistry should be improved coming back from this. They grew together, and they look like they had so much fun out there.
Man, that matters, man. Even on your regular job, that's why they do team functions, because it brings that camaraderie together. Yeah. You know, so I think it was a big thing for a young Bulls team. You know, we got a mix of young and vet, so it was good for them to hang out like that.
Yeah, that was special. So definitely think coming back, we should see a much stronger team. So moving on. Next week, Thursday, they'll be announcing the All-Star starters. And it got me to thinking, out of this Bulls squad, who do we think should be not only starters, but who do we think should make this All-Star team this year, if any? So what you got, Snow?
Of course, I mean, the backbone of our team, the leader of our team, the guy that makes us go, the glue, DeMar should be there, no doubt about it. He's having another great season. As he's getting older, he's not declining. He's constantly putting up those same numbers. And he's the catapult. He's the catalyst of this team. He's what pushes us. And he's the reason why we are in a lot of our games. And, of course, to me, Zach is earning that bag. I think it's going to be tough because it's a gluttony. It's so stacked with guards when it comes to the Eastern Conference. I mean, top to bottom, it is a lot of great players having some great seasons, and it's going to be tough to get two guards in there because we can't even talk front court. The front court, that's absolutely a closed door. So talking to guards, I mean, it's going to be tough to get two. I think DeMar deserves it, but if somebody's injured, I think Zach should get that call.
Yeah, I'm with you. Definitely, I think DeMar should be in on the coaches. I don't think he'll start this year. The starters are pretty strong. Yeah, but he should be one of the first up on the coaches vote. Earlier in the season, I thought not a chance for Zach, but over the last few weeks, he has really turned it up, and we've been playing good ball since. So I think he should get a look. While
DeMar was out, he got a chance to show us he could be a leader, and he showed us that. He's been putting up some decent numbers, carrying us in those games, and that's what we want to see.
Yeah, so like you said, it's a gluttony of guard, so it'll be tough. But his numbers are starting to look all-star worthy. They're starting to look like Zach again. Yeah. So he definitely deserves a look. And I don't know if he would definitely be – I don't know if I would call it a snub if he doesn't make it, but Vooch is playing some really underrated ball.
Yeah, that door is closed, man. The forwards, man. The only way you can make it in there is if somebody's injured, if it's a lot of injury, because it's just
that works though. That works though for injury's sake. But
but he's not having a bad season though, no doubt about that.
He's having a really good season, and especially of late.
Yeah,
but I definitely think Debo should get in. Zach, 50-50, and Vooch should be an honorable mention. Under certain circumstances, if some guys are hurt, he can get in, and there will be no complaint.
If Derrick Rose can get on the list, Vooch can get on the list.
Exactly. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, get in these comments. Tell us who do you think, if anybody, should be an all-star for our Bulls this year. Or if we crazy, if you think if you think I'm out of line, if you think I'm out of line for bringing up Vooch.
We bogus.
So moving along to the next topic. Trade deadline is quickly approaching. What do you want to see the Bulls do going forward, Snow?
I am still in the middle of the road because I understand that unless our pick is a top 4 pick, we automatically give that to Orlando. So because we are right there and we are playoff contenders, we talked about this before, I do like being relevant. I don't want us to fall off and not be there unless we are guaranteed to get that top 4 pick. And that's going to be tough. Like you said once before, that's going to be really tough. I mean, so in the middle, I would love for us to say, hey, look, let's see if we got a chance at a Scooter or at a Vic. But at the end of the day, right now, I mean, being truthful, I mean, it might be time to move on from Pat. It might be time to move on. We've seen guys leave us and get better other places, and maybe Chicago the Lights, maybe it's not for him. You know, I mean, we're seeing Larry Marketing turn into an all-star right in front of us, and it was after he left. And I think Pat has the skills. I think he has a chance. I think a great landing spot for Pat would be San Antonio. I think he would fit great in that culture. He would have, you know, under a team aspect, a great coach. He don't have to worry about nobody trying to be tough on him. They just go out there and just play ball and give us your all. And I think he would be great in one of those other coaches. I think maybe Chicago isn't for everybody. We've seen that over the years. It's not. It's not for everybody, you know.
What type of deal would you do with San Antonio? Would that maybe be for like a Jakob Poeltl or something?
I mean, they got Poeltl out there. They got a couple of young guys out there that probably can match up with some contracts that they got going out there. You know, I mean, but Poeltl would actually be a perfect fit for what we're doing. He would give us defense, a presence down low. He actually gives you a little bit of offense as well. And he gives you that tough guy presence that we do not have. We don't have a guy that's willing to take a foul and just go to the line, not help you up. You know, that guy that gets under your skin. He's that guy that you like. Get under your skin type guy, you know, and I think that would be a great fit, you know. Besides that, I have the boat has sailed with me and Kobe White being traded. I really believe his shooting matters. And he is starting to really shoot that ball well. And he spaces the floor for us. He makes DeMar and Zach's job a lot easier, as well as he is really leading our bench in scoring right now. You know, it's lately we haven't been getting the same play from Drummond and from that's a shame. I forgot about the guy who Derrick Rose dunked on. I always lose his name in my mind. Dragic, right? The Dragon. But they haven't been giving us the same production they were giving us in the beginning of the season, and Kobe's been really stepping up. So I don't want to see him go anywhere. I want to let it ride out. Let's see if we can work a little deal with him. I think with the money that's being thrown around these days, we can offer him a nice contract and he'll stay, and we don't have to give him a boatload, you know. But yeah, that's the only move. Actually, truthfully, if it's the right deal out there, if I could package Pat with Vooch and get something really nice out of that, you know, I would do it. I think Vooch's numbers is up. I think he knows there's a team that can take him, you know, and he could do something for them, and we could probably get something back to help us. I think sometimes he clogs the lane. Now, the other thing I will say is lately he's been playing down low. Remember, I talked about that. Like, man, when Vooch gets the ball down low, he has a great post game.
Yeah.
I mean, like last game, he had 16 and 15, but he went 0-5 from 3. Vooch, leave it alone. If you 0-3, okay, let's just stay down low, bro. You shouldn't be going 0-5 from 3 as our center, you know. But that's the green light he has. But I think his value's up right now, like you talked about earlier. I think there's a chance that we can get something out of that. And I think that we could probably bring back something that can help us a little more. He's given us some decent numbers, but we need more defense. You know, that's what we're missing right now. We don't have a real presence down low. A guy that's a triple J like what they have out there. You know, with Memphis or what AD does. Or I mean, we can talk about a lot of centers. Embiid, we don't have a guy that's making you say, oh, double thing coming down low. You know, I really believe that's why Minnesota's a little better this shit, because they went out there and they made that trade. And they brought in a guy that's going to play defense, and he don't care if he gets dunked on or not. You know, Vooch gets out of there. He's not going to be on the poster. So, but that's about it. What you got?
I don't think we need to make massive changes. Vooch is starting to look like who we expected. So that'll be a tough one. If we give him up, it would have to be a big time move, I think. Maybe for Ayton or something like that. Although I like that. I do like Vooch's ability to shoot. Unfortunately, he's probably still
plugging Ayton into our offense. Oh man, I think Ayton would give us the same numbers, but with better defense and faster feet.
Yeah. I would be cool with that. Fred VanVleet, I know he's got a hefty contract though, so that one will be a tough sell.
Hey, I'm still a Cam Johnson guy too. He came back off that injury shooting lights out the other day.
Yeah, I would love Cam Johnson. I just got a hard time believing they're gonna move him.
Yeah, I think they like him out there too. He's a great young player.
I would absolutely love Cam Johnson. He would perfectly fit what I'm looking for, because I believe we need interior defense and we need 3-point shooting.
Yeah, we need 3 and D guys. Yeah,
Cam Reddish is a name that I would like.
Hey, if Orlando was willing to part with Bo, I'd take him in an instant.
Mo Bamba, I'll take Mo Bamba from him.
Either one of them would plug right in for us, bro.
And I think that's more of a likelihood. They're moving Mo Bamba. I think Bo has showed enough that they're gonna build around him.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely take Mo Bamba, Markelle Fultz. We need some insurance though for Zoe. It's been good reports. So he's out. He's doing some dunks and some stuff now, but there's still no guarantee he's gonna be back playing.
Yeah,
and we need
that he's gonna come back and be anywhere near what he was giving us before.
Even if he does come back, it's gonna be a while before he's back.
Yeah.
I would like to see Derrick Rose. You mentioned him previously, but that one is a little tougher, because I believe Derrick Rose has a nice size contract, probably maybe $15 million a year or something like that. So that's hard to trade for. Yeah, that's why he signed with New York. If you remember.
No, yeah, they offered him the most money.
Right before we signed Caruso, we had talked to Derrick Rose first, but then the Knicks came with like $45 million for like 3 years. So
all that just to sit the kid. That's what's sad. They're not even utilizing. We ended up
going with Caruso. So I would like Rose, but a trade will be hard for that contract. Maybe if he gets bought out and we could sign him like that, I'd be down for that. But point guard play, I like what Ayo is doing, but I think we need more of a facilitator in that starting role.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see Caruso leave, but he's probably our best trade asset to get a point guard back.
Yeah, people love him.
Yeah, a lot of teams have been waiting in the wings trying to see what we're going to do with him. I think they said the Knicks, the Heat, a few teams. If the Heat come looking, if the Heat want Caruso, we'll start the conversation.
I mean, tell the Knicks we'll take Derek. Tell the Knicks we'll take D Rose and Mitchell Robinson.
That's a lot of money though. I don't think we could afford.
Yeah, Mitchell. Yeah, I forgot Mitchell on the books.
That ended up having to be more for like, would you do Caruso for Cam Reddish? That's a tough one, but size, defense.
I like Cam Reddish though.
Shooting, though.
He still has a ceiling that he hasn't reached to.
I might consider that.
Yeah,
definitely like the Mo Bamba thing though. Some defensive in the interior. He could help us out a lot when we go up against Giannis. But yeah, something like that. I think Fred VanVleet's contract is big, but I would consider that. I would.
I like Fred. I like Fred's game.
If I gotta go Caruso and that's a tough one. Would you go Caruso and Kobe for VanVleet?
because he'll give us what both of them are giving us in one player.
Yeah, or a Gary Trent Jr., something like that. No major names, but somebody that could just
we don't need names. No, we don't need names. Yeah, we need people that's gonna plug into what we already got.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I want to see. Ladies and gentlemen, hit us in the comments. Let us know what you want to see the Bulls do. Did I not mention a name that you've been looking out for? Let us know. Moving on along, final topic of the day is this upcoming schedule. What to watch for our Bullies next week. They'll be back tomorrow from the Paris trip to take on the Atlanta Hawks at home in Chicago. Then very next day, Tuesday, we'll travel into Indiana to take on those Pacers. That should be a good game. Then on Thursday, we'll travel to Charlotte to take on Melo and those Hornets. And then we end the week on Saturday at Orlando. And that team we just keep owing something to. They building up a lot of debt to this team right now.
They gave them no act right.
This is the lighter part of the schedule we've been looking forward to. So they should come on and play. But we also know that this is their kryptonite, the under 500 team.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully we got the chemistry back rolling from this Paris trip, and we can come back with a nice little winning streak.
And I believe that's what's going to happen too. I think the energy from, like I said, that Golden State win was big for psyche, for energy, for future. That was a big win for us because just like how that we finally beat Philly for the first time in a while, those wins matter psychologically, and people don't get that, until you actually play the game, man. And I think that win plus the Paris and the good feelings of all of that, I think that's going to carry us into a great weekend. I'm going to be a homer. I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to win every game this week. It's time to get on that streak we've been looking for. We've been like teetering on it. I think it's time for us to go on a little streak, start beating those lower teams that aren't, supposed to be there so we can get our record a little tougher.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I'm calling a streak for the week. Undefeated week.
It's time.
You can call me my homo or whatever you want to call it. But
Get my homo on.
It's realistic.
Don't.
Yeah, it's realistic. So, what do you guys think about this upcoming schedule, and what do you think the Bulls can do this week? And if you got any other topics that you want to mention, bring it up in the comments. We'll bring it up next week on the next episode.
Should the Bulls tank for Vic, or should we try to go to the playoffs? What do y'all really think? Should we try to go out to a guy like Vic and try to get that top 4 pick, which is a big chance, or should we just continue to build on what we got? Let us know what y'all think in the comments.
Yeah, y'all know I'm not necessarily for that. If we owned our pick, maybe I would be.
Yeah, that's tough. A lot of chance.
If it ain't top 4, we could lose that. Hey, I think that's way too.
We got lucky that year with D Rose. We could do it again.
That's tough. I'd rather just keep competing. I'd rather be competitive right now.
I feel you.
I think the 6th seed is still within reach.
Yeah, that was just putting that out there for the fans, man. I'm rolling with the consistency.
Ladies and gentlemen, as bad as it's been, we only 3 games out of the 6th seed,
and we are in playoff contention right now.
Yes, absolutely. A half game back of 9. So we can make something happen this week, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned. And from us here at the On My Bull podcast, we love you. And we out.
Nothing but love, Chicago. Stay warm.
Yes, sir. Stay warm.